Welcome. Let's take a look at the chart of Bitcoin and see what it has done since yesterday. I'm going into screen share. I'll start with showing you my website. So please take a look if you're interested in one-on-one coaching or something else, and read the disclaimer if you haven't read it until now. The French version of my website and the English version and the German version of my website. Now let's jump into Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is extremely strong. Right now we are at 8,650, 8,665, and we are taking out the highs. We are close up to taking out the highs. I wanted to show you on that chart what good entry points are. Every time you touch the 30 EMA, every time you touch the 30 EMA, on the weekly chart, it is a good entry point. So there were a couple of entry points here during the start of the last bull market, and then you had a few more until you reach the top. Now we have, looks like we have started a bull market, and for now, we are still waiting for an entry point. And before that, it worked also. It was always a good entry point going with the 30. And in a bear market, it's a good shorting opportunity when price is below it, as you can see. I'm taking, well, maybe I leave them on, but I'm putting the other indicators back on. There are some indicators more that I would like to. I'm looking if I can make some small, let's try doing this. Yes, it did work. Fine. Yeah, I'll try to be fast because I'm tired, and anyways, everything is bullish, so there's not much to say. Anyways, let's get through the charts. So we are pumping very hard right now, and we were pumping for a long time. Yeah. So you're on an 8 up with confirmation. On the 30-minute chart. On the 1 hour chart, you're on a 5 up with confirmation. On the 2 hour chart, you're on a 9 sell. On the 3-hour chart, you are on a 3 up with confirmation. So short term, everything is fully adjusted yesterday. Yesterday we were at 8,186 and T sequential was showing up. It did its job. Today we are at 8,665. So it worked just fine. Our chart, you are on a 9 sell with confirmation. So you're expecting a stop of the uptrend for 1 up to 4 candles. But since Bitcoin is insanity, you never know. On the 5-hour, you are on a 7 up with confirmation. On the 6-hour, you are on 3 up with confirmation. On the 8-hour, you are on a 8 up with confirmation. On the 10-hour chart, you are on a 8 up with confirmation. On the 12-hour chart, you are on a 7 up with confirmation. On the 15-hour chart, let's take a look just at the 12-hour chart. So, as you can see, we had a flash crash here. Then we tried to break that moving average, but it did hold the price up. And now we are up to the races again. We are very close to taking out the highs. And everything is just extremely bullish. The only problem is that we had no correction until now. And we went straight up without any pullback. And that's, I mean, it's defying gravity. Nothing goes just up without ever going back, so retracing. So that's very, very hard to deal with. And on the lows, you did not get a real buy signal. So it is extremely hard for people like me who do technical analysis. Tone Waste exited, I think, a lot of his holding position at 5K, then 7K. Tyler Jenks is only in for a very short position. Now it's 10% of the amount he wants to put into Bitcoin. So other analysts didn't even take it in the uptrend. So it was very hard for all of us. The bull market is it's just insanity. You just don't get the signals you're supposed to get. $15-hour chart, 1 up without confirmation. So intermediate term, 7 out of 7 bullish. One-day chart, you are on the 3, up with confirmation. Two-day chart, you are on a 2 up with confirmation. 3-day chart, you're on a 4, down without confirmation. 4-day chart, you're on a 1 up without confirmation. 5-day chart, you're on a 1 up. I made a mistake, so I'm going back. 3-day chart, 4 down without confirmation. 4-day chart, 1 up without confirmation. 5-day chart, a 1 up without confirmation. And 6-day chart, 6 up with confirmation. 1 week chart, 1 up without confirmation. 2-week chart, an 8 up with confirmation. 3-week chart, 5 up with confirmation. 1 month chart, 4 up with confirmation. 2 month chart, a 1 up without confirmation. 3 month chart, a 1 up without confirmation. And 4 month chart, 3 down without confirmation. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you have 12 pointing up. It should be 11. 11 pointing out of 13. So long term is also bullish. Everything is just bullish without an end. And that's the problem. It's just exuberance. I mean, if we go on like this, we will take out the all-time highs in new time. I mean, you need 2 more months and you are at 20Ks again. I mean, it's not reasonable. It's just not reasonable. Okay, I try to make it fast. So everything is bullish according to the EMAs. There's no point to check. Here everything is bullish too, and the cross should happen faster now since we're moving up stronger. Pop is still, the first one is still flat, the other ones are pointing down. That's still negative. Here I have the daily Bollinger Band, which is positive. It was negative yesterday, but today it's positive. So everything is positive. No point looking at. I know that they are all positive. 6 out of 6 positive according to Bollinger Band. MACD. Wow, yesterday was negative, but today it is certainly bullish. One day was negative yesterday, but today it is certainly bullish. Let's go to next indicator. No point looking at. I know they are all bullish. Everything is bullish. Just everything is bullish on Bitcoin. Nothing is pointing down. What's there to say? What's there to look at? Kaufman 1 month was negative, so let's look at 1 month. It's still negative, but very slightly or flat. Let's put it a flat. We are sitting on the line. 6 hour on stochastic was negative yesterday. Today it is bullish. One week was negative yesterday. Today it is still negative. So that's the only negative you will get probably today. And normally you do not go long when 1 week is negative. But everything else is positive. Take a picture of that chart. It's the only one that is still negative. Everything else is positive. And it's not very strong, because the strong signal you get it when you drop below 80. As long as you are above 80, you can stay there for a long time. So even that, it is negative, but it is not as strong as it could be if it would be below 80. And then you would say that you are falling down, but now you're still up in overbought territory. Next, candlesticks. So candlesticks, I think even they went probably positive. So let's take a look at the 1 day. It is positive. Let's take a look at the 1 week. It is still negative. And let's take a look at the 1 month. It is positive. So candlesticks and around 1 negative and 2 positive. RSI band on the 6 hour is positive, so it will be positive on every other time frame. No point looking at. But probably will be my fastest TA, because everything is just positive. There's nothing I can say more. And all my indicators will be positive, so I can't tell you anything. Apart that we went up a lot, and that normally you do get corrections. But Bitcoin doesn't care for now. So that's all I can say. No corrections since 3K. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So everything is positive here. And you had the touches here, then you should get the correction. But for now, we did not get the correction. That's probably the first time in the history of Bitcoin that you did touch the ADX and did not get a correction until now. Just take a look at 6 hour, but everything's positive. I mean, there's no point looking at it. Here you have stop and reverse that were touched on the 3 weeks, so it tells you that the bull market has started. But that's a log chart, and So as you can see, I mean, there's a relationship between those candles and these candles. And as you can see, that's a really a lot. That's a lot of positive activity in no time. It is stronger than here. I mean, the only time you had it was on the top, something that you can compare, or the last top. When we are topping, you get that kind of exuberance, but you do not get it on the start of a bull market normally. So that's totally insane. Totally insane. We went up. We went up nearly 200% and had no correction until now. And all my indicators except one MACD, the one that I show you, I think it was on the 1 week. I can check, but yes, I think it was in the 1 week. But apart from that, and even that is not a very bearish signal. Everything else is positive. So that's totally insanity. There are always corrections, so I don't know what to say. For me, it is beyond what a normal human can conceive. We go on like this in 2 months, as I told you, in 2 months we are at all-time highs. Fractal from Williams fractals. If we take a look at 1 week, they are still negative and double negative. So normally when you get two, you get a correction. I hoped for a correction, but Bitcoin is not cooperating for now. The jump the rest, I mean, we can take a look for fun, but it's useless. I mean, every indicator should be positive right now. So there's no need looking here. Here you have a negative indication, but you still went up. Here you have a positive indication and you went up. Anyways, there's no point looking at it. And OXO is all positive too. So there's nothing to look at. We are positive on every indicator. Let's just jump. I mean, I'm not interested in looking at all them. They are all positive, so there's nothing I can do about it. And here, yesterday that was still negative, but today it is positive. So net force was negative yesterday, but today it is positive. So everything is positive. No point looking at the charts. Oh, here you have a chart. Second chart that is still negative. But even that is a question of time before it flips around and will be positive. Next, here we have something negative. And I'm looking at the 1 week. So that is negative, yes. But all the rest is positive. And if you look at the 6-hour chart, everything is positive. Take a look at the 12-hour chart. Here we still have something negative. Smooth wave dot change is still negative on the 12-hour chart. But it will also turn positive in no time. So here we are not looking bad too. For me, everything is positive, except that there are still some red left. The first indicator, you could say it's still negative, but everything else is positive. But that only will get positive once you get to new all-time highs, or when you start getting green dots below it. I can take a look at the rest, but I don't think that we will find anything negative. Let's take a look at the 6-hour. Everything is positive. Let's take a look at the 1 day. Everything is positive. Let's take a look at the 1 week. Everything is positive. So there you go. Everything is positive. Here we are all positive too. Yesterday the 12-hour was negative, but today it is for sure positive. Oh, here you're still negative. And here I have to look it up. Here you're also still negative. So the first two are still negative. Just as yesterday, but the third one went positive. Yesterday it was negative. And the rest should all be positive because it was all positive yesterday, so there's no reason not being positive. Vermouth Heikanaachi is positive on the 3-week. So it tells you that the bear market has stopped in the 1 month. Next indicator, strategy MACD is positive too. And it tells you that the bear market has stopped. The volume on 1 month is positive. I'm not looking at the 1 week, I know that's positive. And last indicator, look at the 1 week and the 1 and the 6-hour, but it's still positive, so there's no point looking at it. So here you're still waiting for the next golden cross. I'm going to check if it is the EMAs or it's the SMAs. And the EMAs have already crossed. Yes, the EMAs have crossed. The SMS still have to cross to get the second golden cross. So as I was telling you, we should get the correction, but it is not looking like we will. We are still missing the green flash down here. And remember, during the last bear market, you had 11 corrections. 11 corrections. 11 occasions to buy. And this time, you did not get one single correction, which is, to me, totally insane. And before that, you have that bottom, which is not a real bottom. I mean, according to classical TA. So everybody was looking, since we did not get bottom signature, we were looking for a correction. And all the way we were looking for a correction, and we are still looking for that correction. It just simply did not show up. So there was no bottom signature and there was no correction. That's why all the TA guys are totally screwed up with that chart and simply don't know what to do with it. I mean, they don't want to chase it, and they did not get a real entry. Everything is positive on those indicators. Here everything is positive too, no need to look. Here we're still missing the arrow up, and we're still in the cloud, but everything else is, the rest is not looking too bad. I mean, if we continue like this, we will be soon out of the cloud, and we should soon get the arrows. Here you have the arrows too, and the indication that the bear market is over. Everything is positive. Here you have one positive, one negative. The negative is that you're still in the cloud. But if we continue on like this, we will be out of the cloud very soon. Here that math line is holding the price right now, but we could get over it and then run for the next one, which would be at 10K. Over 10K. 10K 700. Once we get over this one, we should go for the next one. Here the same as always. Oscar is positive, and NVT is still negative. I don't know what's going on. I mean, NVT should not stay negative all the time. So either I should not look anymore at that indicator, or we should go down. But since we do not go down, I don't know. I don't know if it makes any sense looking at that, because it is just red and doesn't change. So I'm not sure that it will change in the future. Maybe it will stay red forever. Who knows? We should go, when you have that, you should go down, but you don't. So here you have the 6 hour, which is positive. And here I was doing some calculation with the chandelier, which is also positive, of course. Okay, that was all. I don't want to make it too long, and anyway, there's no point doing this video since everything is positive. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.